What's up, everybody? Sodaholic here. Welcome back to the channel. And today I have two things on the list here. I'm going to do the first one really quick, get it out of the way, and then we're going to go to the second thing, which is the main bread and butter of this video, as you can see in the title. So, first thing on the list, Ready or Not is making body pillows, which is crazy to think. So went on the Steam workshop, or not the Steam workshop, the Steam community discussion thing or whatever about Ready or Not. I saw they were making body pillows, and I went and looked at the comments. Some people think it's funny and it's cool. Some people are so mad that they had the steam come out. And they're mad. Okay. But I saw it. My honest opinion, I think that's funny. If that's how they make some money to keep developing their game, that's cool. I think it's hilarious. The body pillow actually looks pretty cool. I mean, it's not super sexy. It's not a woman or anything, but it does look cool. I'll give it that. It does look cool. If you're into that, you're into that. I think it looks cool. I would actually just hang it up on like my wall, like as a poster, or maybe I'd like cut it and split it to where you could see both of them, kind of like a curtain or something like that. If you guys want to check it out for yourself, just go to Ready or Not on Steam. You'll see their development briefings. Just click on those and scroll, and you'll see it when you get there. Let's get to the main bread and butter of the story of today's video, which let me start with a question. When you play a video game, do you play that video game because you want a good story, you've seen the gameplay mechanics, or do you play for the characters? If you said any of those three options, cool. If none of those are the reasons, it's because you're lying, you have your finger in the ass, take it out, and answer the question. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Just kidding, I only give you 3. So, the reason I ask this, when I play games, it's usually one of those reasons. Most of the time, it's because of the story. The reason I play Call of Duty, I love playing the campaigns. Once I'm done with a campaign, I'll usually play zombies. I don't play multiplayer. Multiplayer is too toxic and it's not fun. I'm a zombies gal, okay? But I play the campaign first. I've played every single campaign from every single Call of Duty, including Vanguard. Sue me. I've played every single campaign. All of them have usually been good. The only one I have never played, so I lied, I haven't played every single one. The only one I haven't played is Modern Warfare 3, the new one. And that's because I could literally go on YouTube and watch the whole campaign in one sitting. You could do that with a lot of the other Call of Duty campaigns too, but Modern Warfare's campaign is only 2-3 hours long. All the other ones took me at least like a week, almost a week to beat. If that Call of Duty would have only taken me 3 hours to complete, maybe it would have taken me a little longer because of the open combat missions. But when I played Black Ops 6, Black Ops 6 only had one open combat mission. And it's kind of boring, but it was only one. Only one. Other than that, they were all story linear missions. But anyways, I digress. So, you play those, and that's why I play them. Now, let me get to the reason why I made this video. So, I asked that question because games no longer answer those questions. What's the story of this game? What's the story of this game? Let me ask you a question. Do you want black and gay characters in the game? I'm serious. I'm not racist. I'm not a homophobe. But the reason I say that is because that's what games are so concerned about now. That's what movies are so concerned about now. I want you. Yes, you. I want you to look up The Little Mermaid from, like, Disney. Not the new one, the old one. Ariel was a white mermaid. Now, I want you to take a look at the new Little Mermaid. If you compare and contrast, clearly something's different here. Now, you might be saying, why does it matter if she's black? It don't matter, okay? It don't matter. It really don't. However, if you say you're going to remake something, wouldn't you stick to the original? Or if you're going to do a live action, you're not saying you're remaking the story, you're just doing a live action, then you stick to the original story. You just make it 3D. You just make it pop out, right? If someone is going to, let's say they want to, remake some. Hold on. Let me think here. All right, I got an idea. Let's say they were going to make South Park. They were going to make one live action episode where it's real people. Well, let's take a look at the characters. There's Kenny, Cartman, Stan, Kyle. All 4 of those guys are white. Now, if Trey Parker and them, they could make it work to where they could make them all black. Token's the only white guy. They could call the episode Flipped or something. I don't know, right? Whatever their sense of humor is. And then everybody but Token's black. Boom! Diversity. Right? That's how you can make it work. But if they were to actually say, oh, we're going to remaster it one special episode, they would have to make all characters except Token white. Token would stay black. So I could see both ways as how that would work. But if they were to replace Cartman and them being black, just to make them black, it wouldn't work. Not because I'm being racist, but it wouldn't work. Because that doesn't fit with the story. They'd have to find a way to make it funny to work. To where it's not really, they did it because they had to. That's the reason why I feel like video games and movies, at least a lot of them, are failing. The mega corporations are saying, okay, we have to have a black guy. We have to have a gay guy, or a gay character, whatever. Because they feel like they have to. They don't incorporate it into the story very well. If I was to make a video game, and they say, okay, Mr. Sodaholic, you have to have a gay character. You have to have a black character. I'd be like, okay, let's, are they main characters or side characters? They have to be main characters. Okay, well, let's get a black dude. We'll call him Jerry. We'll make him the radio comms guy. He's the guy that helps our characters on their missions, like Cortana from Halo, right? He's the guy that talks in your ear, okay, we need to go 14 clicks west. We'll reach the main building. There, we'll send you some C4 so you can blow the door open and get everything you need, right? Boom! He's already an important character to the story. Look at Black Ops 2. The captain was a black dude. He was a good guy. He worked in the story very well because they knew how to incorporate him, right? All right, next you need to do the gay guy. Okay, let's make I don't know actually. That one's a little difficult because I could say let's make one of our main characters that we play as gay. It doesn't affect the story. It's not like we have a mission where he goes on a booty call with some random dude named Jake. It's just let's make a funny little clip of you go into his room and he has a workout magazine full of buff, fit black men. Boom, funny. People will be like, oh, he's gay. That's funny. Representation. Something, right? because it's funny, but it works. And if some people are like, why is he gay? Maybe he really isn't, right? Maybe he's just looking at inspiration on how to get fit, right? You just have to find a way to incorporate it where it matters, but it's not so shoved in your face. I feel like that's the problem that with wokeness in video games is that it's so shoved into our faces. For some people, it gets really annoying to the point where they become homophobes. Where they're like, I'm so sick and tired of having to hear every day, oh, I'm gay and I'm proud. Or, you have to respect me because I'm gay. You have to respect me because I like to dress in women's clothing. Some people just don't care. If you want to dress in a dress, do it by all means. If you want to date another man, date another man. You want to date another woman, date another woman. I don't care. Okay? Just, this is my opinion. If you want to be gay, be gay. I do not care. I'm not going to make fun of you. Just don't come up to me and be like, hey, listen, pal. I'm gay. Okay? You have to come to the Pride Parade to show you care. I got a meeting, though. You have to. You have to respect me. Hold on, bud. I don't have to respect you because you're gay. I will respect you on your character being. Okay? If you're a good guy to me, like you're nice, right? You know, like if I ask you, can I borrow $20? You give me $20 and I pay you back, and you're like, thank you, my good man. All right, I'll respect you, okay? If you tell me 5 days later, hey, just so you know, man, I'm gay. Okay? And then if they, you want to go out with me? No, thank you. I like women. Oh, okay, cool. Right? Everyone gets along. Everyone's happy. Now, the religion I have states that being gay is wrong. I don't care. I'm not gay. I like women. If you are gay, cool. I'm not going to get mad at you. But my religion says... I don't care, okay? I'll follow my religion. I won't sleep with another man. I'll only sleep with women, okay? That's what I do. That's my religion. That's what I believe in, okay? I'm not going to bring my religion into your personal life because you want to sleep with another man, woman, whatever you're into. You want to sleep with a toaster, whatever, okay? The only thing that I have a problem with is that it's gotten to a point where people feel like we have to include it everywhere. In which I understand they want to be represented, and they're like, "Oh, well, we want to know that people care about us." I honestly think that if you're raised in a family where they say it's wrong and whatever, but you feel that way, whatever, please don't bring it into where everyone else has to cater to you because of what you believe in. At this point, right, if that's how we're gonna go, I'm part Hispanic. Does that mean I get to go in video games and say, listen, we have to have quinceañeras, we have to have enchiladas. Our characters can only eat enchiladas. Our characters can only eat tacos. They have to like green chili. That wouldn't be fair, right? Because now we're only catering to one race, right? Same with African Americans, right? They'd have to be like, we have to have a character that lives in the hood. That wouldn't be fair, right? Everyone wants to be noticed. Every race, color, gender wants to be noticed, which is fine. But why are we only catering to one thing, right? Why is it that a gay has to be included, a black has to be included? Whites have already been included for years, so white people don't matter. But if you want everyone to be happy, then have one gay, one black, one Hispanic, one Chinese, one Japanese, one of everything, right? Everyone's in that game. Everyone's noticed. Have some big fat dude, some big fat girl, one super skinny dude, one super skinny girl. Like, have one of everything, right? Look at GTA 6. You control the character you are. Yeah, the main characters are straight, but they're going to have male strip clubs. They're going to have pride parades. They're going to have everything. Everyone gets to do what they want to do. You can work out. You want your character to be fat to make it feel like that's you? Get fat. You want to be skinny because you're skinny or you want to be skinny? Get skinny, right? Like, the only way I could see woke games working is they include everything. Other than that, leave games alone. Let the game developers, the people who actually make the games, the people who are the creative thinkers, let them create the game they want to create the game. Because they're creating it for a certain audience. If your audience is woke people, you better start writing checklists and asking people what they want. What do we want to include in this game? We gotta have this. Dude, you're gonna have a whole list the size of the freaking like that poster back there, and it's gonna be full, top to bottom, of everything you need, right? Just so that no one gets offended. But if you're just like, I'll let you decide that. Let them make the game. If it's not your cup of tea, don't play the game. Alright, well, this isn't necessarily my style of gaming, or it doesn't necessarily have what I want. Go find something else, okay? Some people don't like Call of Duty because it has guns. Then don't play the game. Don't play the game. Go play Hello Kitty Adventure. I like guns. I like Call of Duty, so I play the game. I don't like multiplayer, so I don't play multiplayer. I don't complain that the multiplayer is sweaty, whatever. I may talk to my friends. Oh, yeah, I don't like multiplayer because it's not my style. I find it too sweaty, whatever. But I don't tell them they shouldn't play it or they have to change it because of what I don't like. I can voice my concern. The reason I don't play is because of skill-based matchmaking. That's not going to change their opinion. It's just something that they may or may not take into consideration. Right? So I think people need to stop complaining to these corporations of what they want and don't want. Sure, you can voice your concern, but if you keep telling them, you have to do this, right? And then they're like, okay, well, let's make a game that has what you want in the game. And then guess what? It's ruined. It's ruined. Ruined. Okay? So, take the wokeness out of video games. That's all I'm saying. Okay? And I know some of you are going to be like, but what about this? Shut up. Let me explain why. Because once you start catering to all of these people, right? Like, okay, let me restart. The point I'm trying to make is that these corporations are starting to follow these woke policies, which really restricts them on what they can make. To at one point, they think, okay, this worked and this didn't work. Because 3 people didn't like the fact that someone said the F word. So now, they can't put the F word in their games. To at one point, they might as well just start making Cookie Simulator. Oh, but I can't eat cookies in real life. This is offensive to me. Make a white screen. Click. Get point. Boom. That's what we're going to have. At this point, we might as well go back to games like Pong. How is that going to offend somebody, right? And if somebody does find that game offensive, I don't know. Games are so woke now, everyone gets offended by something. If it's not your cup of tea, don't play that game. Go find something else. But people love to complain so much that it's like people get cyberbullied. Cyberbullying's bad, yeah. But at the same time, instead of crying to your mom, someone's bullying me on Twitter, and I can't stop. Block them and log off for the night. Go bully someone on Facebook. Or something. I don't know. At the end of the day, the summary of this video. If you don't like a video game, instead of complaining about it, just log off. Go play something else. Go find something that fits your style. That's why we have game companies that tell you what the game's about. We have gameplay trailers and gameplay screenshots. You can see if that's your style of game. And if you bought it and it ends up not being your game at all, try and get a refund, or darn, I wasted my money, better luck next time. Right? Do that instead of complaining and complaining and complaining till at one point you start just... I know it's not a lot of people's faults too. It is also corporations that feel like, well, we have to be in with the now, and they end up ruining their games, like Ubisoft, like EA, like Activision. All I'm saying is, in my opinion, wokeness ruined video games. I might be one of the only people that is not afraid to say this happened. But anyways, this video is not going to be edited at all. I'm not even going to put an intro. I'm just going to let this fly out and live. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and see you later. Bye.